Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Hermitcraft. The episode that you're watching right now will probably be the last one on this season for just about a week, maybe a little bit longer. And yes, I said this season. I have things planned for you while the Christmas holidays are on. And the Christmas holiday for me hasn't started yet. I've still got a few hectic days in front of me where I want to be recording Hermitcraft episodes, but my plans have been changing and I've got a whole bunch of stuff to do and put into this episode, and my plans for it, my original plans, are now gone wayside a little bit. Do you see these boxes over here? These are part of the mini golf facade structure that I wanted to build in front of our glorious mini golf project. And you know what? I just don't think I'm going to have the time to do it all in this episode. So I've laid down some markers, I've made some preparations. I'm hoping I can show you enough of this project that I could then finish it in a bunch of live streams, and next episode on this season of Hermitcraft we'll be able to show you the finished project, because I do plan on streaming over the Christmas holiday. I will be taking a break, but I'm also going to come home and work out and run and exercise and all of that stuff each day. So when I come home, I figured I might as well do a stream as well, but I don't know what days and what times. So keep your ear to the ground, follow me on Twitter, follow me on Twitch, keep an eye on your YouTube notifications if you want to catch our Christmas live streams. Anyway, I am going to be recording some stuff with some other hermits that I'm going to put right here at the beginning of the video. It's really confusing. So you're going to watch that, and then we're going to come back to where we are right now.
Oh, yeah, hopefully nobody falls through the...
Everyone in, everyone in.
Get in, rush in.
Quick. Right, 5 hermits in an elevator.
Let's
hope it doesn't get stuck here.
On the elevator.
If it gets stuck, don't blame me. They told me it's safe for up to 5 hermits. Hello everyone. Hey guys, nice
Hey, Doc.
you could come.
You sound
So
very
nice.
cheerful at the moment,
Yes,
considering current
because,
tensions on the server.
love is in the air. Love is in the air. You know, all our problems are solved. Or at least my problem and many of your investors' problems, losing trust into the stock exchange and everything. I know exactly where the diamonds are. The viewers are geniuses. For like at least 2 episodes, they were spamming my comments with, "Oh my God, Doc, the diamonds are in the vault. Just look for them."
Yeah.
Not understanding. You know, it's like, do I have time to look around for hours? In the vault, it's huge. It could be anywhere. They said it's somewhere in the stock exchange. But
You found
smart
it?
viewers, yes, they pointed out exactly where it is.
Oh, that's great, because I had
Yes.
so many comments as well. People were calling me dumb, saying mean things.
Yeah.
I felt so
Oh,
bad,
man.
Doc. I felt so
Yeah.
bad. The diamonds were
sorry,
here all
bro.
along.
Yeah, did you see, by the way, the chicken died?
Oh, did it? Yeah. Oh,
Yep.
that's... Yikes.
Sally died. We warned them.
sorry about that.
We warned them. Yep, we warned them. Poultryman was really sad. It's not my fault. I blame Iskal. But the point is, here. Ta-da! All the stress for
Doc, this is an
Sneaky.
empty chest.
nothing.
Yeah.
Oh,
Nothing in there.
yeah, you were expecting your diamonds to all be in here?
There's nothing in
Yep.
here, Doc.
Uh-oh.
Pretty much.
Wait. Are you telling
Um,
me? Are you telling me that they left them here for a while and then came back and took them later? I mean, that's really sneaky.
Possibly.
Or it was a blindside right from the get-go. They were never really here.
Oh, wow. You were
I
duped.
mean, this is... I mean, that puts things in a completely different perspective. I was more like, okay, it's time to bury the hatchet, right? Peace,
Yeah.
let's keep on grinding. But
this
this
whole thing
is...
was about to end.
Let's look at it
Yeah.
like this. All of us here have
What?
basically been robbed, big time. Our
Mhm.
diamonds are gone.
Yep.
robbed, pranked, or just randomly roped in, right? Well,
Yeah,
Pretty much. Well,
randomly roped in, indeed.
I'm sorry about that, bro, but, you know, we needed the paper. I mean, what can I do? By the way, the whole cow thing, I don't really think that was green. But-
Blame him
I'm
anyway.
sticking to it. It was green. Blaming green.
All right,
Hashtag blame
Okay,
green.
what are we about to say, Suzuma? What was the deal?
We were about to say that we should form some sort of alliance here. Okay, the 5 of us. We need to become a team. You know, we need to unite together to take down these evil robbers of the stock exchange. You know.
I agree.
Well-
and Ren as well, right? Ren will care about this, obviously. He
Well,
wasn't able to make it
Ren's
today. but-
going MIA. He's going on holiday. So we're
right.
down.
Yeah.
We're down 1. We're the
He's going
fabulous
to
5 for
vacation.
now.
But you know, he gave me a long speech, man. Last night we had a little sit in here in the whirlpool. You know, we do that regularly, just bro stuff. You know,
So he'll be
and
like on our team in spirit, basically.
yeah,
Yeah.
he's
Okay.
really, you know, he was on to me saying, Doc, when I come back from vacation, I want to see a solid headquarter and I want to have a plan.
Oh,
So
building a base
that
together,
is-
creating a headquarters. That
I
could
mean,
be a
first of
place we
all-
could keep our diamonds safe as well. Because I mean,
for
no
example,
offense,
we
Doc,
could,
but they broke in here and got all the diamonds. So that
yeah, I
one's
mean,
great.
you know, now Ren is gone. Maybe I'll upgrade the security, probably. But the point is, you know, we need a place where we can coordinate, right?
Yeah.
Place where we can get together. First of all, it needs to be clear. So it's very clear now. Us 5 is a team. There is still some wild cards on the server, though. So
We need
maybe,
to
you know,
try and rope 1 or 2 more into the team, maybe as well.
yeah, I mean, you know, there is a certain team on here that is really good in building. You know, we could hire them to improve our
Oh, I know
base.
who you
That
mean.
could
Yeah,
draw
yeah,
them
yeah.
in. You know, there are certain hermits that maybe do advertisement clips. You know, maybe
Ah,
you know,
yeah.
we need a propaganda. We need some propaganda.
Mhm.
You know, for our team, and we need a team name. There's all kinds of stuff. We need maps. We need a clear plan, so we
Yes.
can strike back well coordinated. Because so far everything is pure chaos. It's like everything is chaos. I don't know what's going on anymore. And we're already seeing the first innocent victims.
Yes.
Sally got killed. Sally the second.
How did that happen?
Poor Sally.
Some pufferfish
Uh,
happened to be close to her.
pufferfish.
Oh.
I'm
Yeah, me.
not involved. Okay. I know I was the pufferfish
Wait,
pranker,
what?
but it wasn't me.
Wait,
sorry.
what? Wait, I thought it was you who rigged the place.
I
didn't
mean,
do it.
I am known for messing around with pufferfish, but we'll leave it at that.
Well, anyways, long story short, right? We need to find a place to settle down,
Yes.
and
Sounds like a
guess we
plan to
look
me.
around a
Sweet.
bit. I mean, and then we work from there. Guys, I think I found a place. That's it.
Doc.
Come on.
Oh, where are you?
Oh,
Oh,
Down
down
this
here.
cave, there's caves here, Doc.
No, it's not caves.
Is this going to
it's
be an
trenches.
underground base?
oh.
It's trenches, man.
Ah.
The war has started. You know, we already entrenched it. This is the perfect place.
Oh,
You
yeah,
reckon?
we
We got a
slide
cave
down in
system.
here. Okay.
We got a cave system right down here,
Yeah.
which is already
Okay.
partially lit up and explored.
That's
Enough
good.
space for bunkers. Underground area. We have a very clear area around us as well. There's not much other buildings here or anything. I mean, Wells Industries is back there.
There's like a river directly around. Like we're on a little
Yes.
groove here. There's a river going around the outside. There's a nice
Yes.
spot here and some hills sort of covering us on
Yes.
that side. This is a great spot to have a
Exactly.
base together,
think so too.
peeps.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's a clear spot here. Really good. We have the resources here. We're close to all the industry, so we should be able
Yeah.
to quickly whip up a base here, and then have a command center, and then we'll see who will get the best out of this.
Yeah.
If we coordinate, we will be unbeatable.
Yes.
That's right.
We also
Yeah.
need a good name. We need a good team name, by the way.
yeah.
Comments, people.
Viewers.
Comments. Team
Comments.
names. Suggestions.
on all the
Tweets. Reddit
videos.
threads. Let's get a good name
Yes.
going.
Reddit, everybody, and then we need votes. You know, somebody at Reddit get organized, go through all the comments, pick out all the names, put up a poll on Reddit, and then we can all go there and vote. Right? We need a team name,
You're F5 in.
right?
The
Yes.
Rebel Alliance. I think we should call it the Rebel
He does that.
Alliance.
Yeah.
I love that name, the Rebel Alliance, because we're the good guys, man. We don't rob people's
Yeah.
vaults. We do
What?
occasionally kill
How-
chickens, but
Is
the
rebels
good
are
guys
not
here.
not always the good guys by per
that's
definition.
kind of true,
Don't-
isn't it?
Right?
Well,
you
Is
know,
it like our number one enemy over here, or what is it?
Yeah,
Yes.
pretty much.
This is our
this
target.
is pretty much the main target. You know, this is
Yeah,
our.
target practice.
We cannot remove this ever. This is our totem. You know, our
Oh.
war totem.
I've,
War
I've got the
totem, I
team
like
name.
it.
The Fellowship of the Ring.
You a hobbit? Get back in your hole.
Tell you what, I'll leave it to the comments. I'll leave it
Yeah, we probably better leave it
Yeah,
to the viewers.
I think the viewers are a bit better with that.
And so, my friends, we have a location for our base. We are working on it together. As you can see, some plans have started already. And I'm not going to tell you too much about this over here. I've got a feeling a couple of the other hermits in our group are going to be focusing on making a fortress of sorts over here. So you'll probably want to check out their channels if you want to get the know-how on what's going on. Because as I said, did I say it earlier in the video? I'm going to be out of action on the server for about a week, and I've already recorded most of the rest of the episode. So let's jump back in time and check that out. And just like that, you are magically transported back in time to the Christmas area. Back in time, forward in time, I don't know what's going on. But I wanted to put that at the beginning of the video because there's going to be something else collaborative at the end of it as well. There is just so much I'm going to squeeze into this episode, and it feels really weird to say all of this when I haven't recorded that stuff yet, the stuff that you've just watched. There are 2 names left in the dispenser, and do you know what? Naughty or nice, I may do something like that. I am not going to have a lot of time to do our Secret Santa, which is what this is, of course. We put our name in the hat the other day. I didn't pick up the paper because the inventory is a complete mess, and we got naughty. I've got this completely wrong. I'm supposed to pick it from over here, aren't I? Yes, well done me, well done me. Poultry Man, that's... Wait, how do I give Poultry Man a gift? I mean... Okay, now I'm not sure what to do. I'm going to scratch my head on that one. We may be able to come up with something pretty interesting right there. Who knows? That's a tricky one. Some ideas are starting to brew in my mind, but what I'd like to do right now is get you caught up on what's been happening in our live streams. Also, what is this? Hep has been notified of this cruelty against llamas. I don't know who Hep is, but okay. If you check out what's going on behind me, notice how there's snow all around these areas. I have been going around the entire Christmas area, putting down all of the snow. Oh, and look at that. There's some snurdles over here. Snowy turtles, that's right. Just hanging out on the beach, looking glorious. My turtle friends are out there. And yeah, I've been making sure that all the parts of the server are looking fantastic. There's some areas that I haven't really touched because other players are still working on them. And after Christmas is over, I will still be working on this area because I really want to make sure that this thing is, you know, well and truly finished. Now, one of the things that I did is I came over here during my live streams and I had a look at that buildings that False had built and added a few more, and then she went and added a few more as well. So I built this yellow one over here. There's nothing too special or fancy about it. It's just my little iteration on these builds. There's a Christmas tree on the inside. It's got a star on top thanks to the armor stand tricks. And if we walk up the stairs, there are a couple of beds and some details. It was really fun to do these little projects. The next one, though, I decided to shake it up a little bit, and I put like a coal deposit, I don't know what you want to call this, like a little shed sort of extension over here on the side, and there's some coal on the outside, there's some coal around the bricks, and the bricks are of course like a furnace slash a fireplace, so we've got one of those in there. And this is very, very compact and slim. There's a bed up the top and a couple of details. And it was a really fun project to work on. But that's not all we did in the Christmas area. We've been extending some paths. And I've also built something really cool over here. We used to have a portal just sitting on top of the hill. Now we have a really cool little bridge leading over this icy river. This actually used to be a river, and I filled it all in, covered it with snow. It didn't look good, so then I went and replaced it with ice, and it ended up looking pretty cool. And so we added a couple of these bridges. They're really nicely detailed. This one over here kind of cuts into some snow, and in the future what we'll be doing is extending this path around to the front of Jevin's snow globe, and then up past the buildings we're going to make to the top of the hill. But that is a project for another day. And in future live streams, we'll come around and hit up the beaches in places like this and make sure it's all covered in snow. As of right now, we want to focus on our buildings, and I'm just trying to get a view for you here. Can you see the squares that we laid out? All of those are going to be buildings, and these squares, they kind of go up the hill behind me. And so what we're going to try and do is have the smallest building here and the tallest ones over there. So the flow in front of the buildings goes downwards. We'll have a path leading across the side, and then the buildings go upwards, and then they're also going against the grain of the rail coming downwards in the background. I think it could have a really odd and interesting effect, but we've got to start off by getting these buildings together, and I don't think I even have the materials in my inventory. So the front of our buildings are going to look quite plain. We will be coming around here and building a little garden at some point, although we've got to navigate the space with a path coming from down there as we're linking all the things in the area together. Our building is going to be chocolatey. We're going for a chocolate Christmas theme here. We're going to throw in some spruce leaves for some green and some red and green glass panes for some Christmassy colours. But all of the buildings are going to have this sort of facade where we have a slim window at the front. And some of them, as they get bigger, will have maybe 2 or 3 windows. It really depends on how this scales up. We're going to have an interesting roof design with some snow on top of it as well. and in front of our windows we're going to have some details like so. So we've got a very chocolatey theme going on for this area. I don't know if that's exactly how it's going to look, but that's essentially how we get started. And I'm going to focus on this building first of all because I want the window at the front to look good, and I want to put the roof on because then that's going to be a benchmark for how tall the roofs get on the other buildings. So this is what we're working with, very chocolatey so far, and the next building along will be 2 blocks lower, all of them are, until they get to that flat at the bottom. So we're also going to make the roof go up by 2 blocks, and that means there'll be more space on the front for a bigger window, or maybe even 2 windows. I think further down the line they'll have more windows, but this is the design. And you know what, it looks a little bit funky at the top there. That's actually different from what I did in my creative world. I put a little extra slab on the top, and maybe I need to play around with the top of that. Well, I've misplaced that entirely, haven't I? Maybe that is the way to go. That actually looks really good. But anyway, we're here to talk about the roof. We're going to build this roof with snow all over the top of it. It's going to sort of look like the snow's settled on it, but sort of not, because we're going to have this trim very visible. And I think actually before I get started here I should probably build up the same roof design on the back side. So there it is. You may also notice there is an extra lip sticking out of the side. This actually gives a little bit more shape to the side of the building, which I like. We're going to hang some Christmassy decorations off of it, and it also allows us to then put some snow on top of these blocks, which is essential for hiding these ones. The way that we've done it means that we need to build up some snow right next to it. So these are going to be full snow blocks, and then between them we could perhaps make this even like this. 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4, so it kind of slopes down like that and back up again. Or maybe I'll make it chaotic and a bit more organic looking, I'm really not sure. But then again, at this level we need 2 snow blocks to mask those. So then we're going to have snow blocks coming across like so, and then probably another layer maybe just in the middle there. We bring it up so it dips down quite a bit. And then we could have 1 there, 1 there, 1 2 3 4 5, 1 2 3 4 5, something like this. And we'll slowly build that up going all the way to the top. And hopefully I can make it look good. My friends, it looks better than good. This is wonderful and Christmassy. Wow, I am really liking that. That is a cool roof design right there. Feels like all the snow has snugly settled onto it. And we're going to have a whole bunch of those together in a row. But there are more details that I need to put together for the front of this building. For example, some glass is going to go on here, some spruce leaves, and we're going to make it look a little bit more Christmassy. In go the spruce leaves, just like that, looking good. And then we're going to add some green on the sides here, and in those spots, and red in between. I'm not sure exactly what these are supposed to represent. Maybe Christmas lights, something like that, but it's got the Christmas colours going, and little things like that go a long way, I think. Yeah, now it's far more Christmassy. Excellent. Then around the side here, what we're also going to do is add some of these dripping off from our little extension. Let's go with 2 red, and then over here 3 green, and that's so that they don't connect together. And then we'll have 2 red again, and have we got room for 3 green at the end? Yes, we have. And then let's take a step back and see what we think of that. Nice. It's pretty cool. I think it might look better actually if we just leave those shorter and 1 each. And the reason I decided to change that up is because we're also going to have some dark oak wood that goes on the side just to break up these walls. When they get bigger, as the buildings get bigger, we'll put windows in, but we also want to connect these together so you can walk between each of the buildings. So that's what we'll work on next, and of course that is going to be in the way of these green glass bits. So yes, we'll drop these down to 1 each. So there is our dark oak wood, nicely stripped, and on the opposite side we're going to do the same thing again. However, that's the design for when it's like on the end. When it's over on this side, it's actually going to be a way to walk through the middle, so we wouldn't need the one on the middle. This is going to be like a connection between the 2 buildings, but I hadn't really thought this far ahead, so we're just going to leave it like this for now. So on this side we would do the same thing again. However, I hadn't really thought this through. This is actually going to connect to the next building. So it's not until we got a building here and some dark oak here that I'll figure out exactly how they connect. But that'll be so that you can walk through the middle of it and get from one room to the other. And you know what? I should put a torch in here so that no mobs spawn in the place. We're going to have a nice and luminous garden at the front here. I think the way I'm going to do this is with lime carpets. Now this is quite bright. I might be tempted to actually change this to green. I should probably try that before I get too carried away. But anyway, this was the idea, to have some lime out the front here. And then when we've got blocks like this and we step down, we're going to have some wall blocks so we keep the lime look going. And then across the front, I want to use a good times with scar tip. When you're placing down leaves, he always puts coarse dirt underneath them. So we're going to do that, and then we're going to have a row of spruce like that, which kind of breaks up the lime as well, which I think is a nice effect. And then that's like the garden at the front, and that can extend all the way down the hill in front of all the buildings. And from over here, we have a really nice vantage point of this. I am definitely going to have to try this out with green wool, because that is quite bright and it catches your eye. But so far, the balance of what we got going on there is looking fantastic. And we're going to keep extending it down. It's going to get taller. Each roof, remember, is going to be higher. But that is all I can do at this moment in time. And I don't know what the next part of this video is even going to be, because things are so hectic at the moment. As I tidy up the shulker boxes here, I am reminded that I have a little clip of snowballing. Well, I thought I was snowballing Wells, who I hadn't got before, but I actually snowballed Doc and got a point. I think there was a little bit of lag with the system or something, but anyway, let's jump into this clip and you'll see what I'm talking about.
All right.
Hello.
You good?
Yeah. Oh, I've already got you. I'd already got you. Oh, I didn't realise I'd already got you. I got both of you. No, wait, I hadn't got Doc. I just got a point for getting Doc. That's really confusing.
You should have gotten me already.
I could have sworn I'd already gotten you. When did I get you, Wells? I can't even remember. So funky business with the snowballs, and I've got another intended target on the server right now. TFC is AFK, and whenever he's online, I go and check over at his base. Oh, I can actually see a name tag from up here. Yep, he's right down there. Excellent. This will be an easy one. And there we go, 1 AFK TFC. Oh, it didn't give me a point. Hey, there we go, 15. Snowball shenanigans aside, we are now over here at the Concorp Country Club. And there is another golfing competition that I would really like to participate in. This one is quite different from the last. Now, we were over here a couple of episodes ago dropping off some cobwebs to Cubfan, who I must say is a madman. Look at this. How long must this wall have taken to put together? It is a glorious sight though, and what we are looking at is the driving range to see how far you can take. I think it's a single shot, or maybe it's multiple shots. I am not entirely sure, but anyway, there is a competition here in which Cubfan wants to see who can make the longest drive, and we are going to participate in this. But I've also spoken to Cub about the rules, and he has informed me that it is okay for us to come over here and practice using the F3 screen, figuring out the optimal angle to aim our trident at when we throw our ender pearl, and even use markers in the distance and background as a reference for where to aim. However, when taking our actual competition shot, we are not allowed to use F3. So I think that that's like a huge advantage, and I've asked him if it's okay. He said it's okay. And we are going to give that a try. So this is the driving range right here. And I've got a feeling that the details... Yes, long drive contest. The details of the competition are right here. So I've read up, and it is just indeed one shot that we are taking. We have a choice of 3 different tridents. Of course, I'm going to pick the one with Riptide 3. And if you win the competition, you can get this trident with the same enchantments. I'd love to get my hands on that. But here's how we're going to try and take the best shot we can. I looked up an old myth-busting episode, and I figured out that the optimal range to throw an ender pearl has you aiming between -35, which you can see almost in the middle of the screen, and -42. That is actually not a big margin of error, is it? It's quite precise. We're going to aim for somewhere in the middle of that. And then we're going to take a test shot. And then we're going to aim significantly lower and then significantly higher, taking test shots. And hopefully what we'll see is that our one in the middle goes the furthest. Now, when we're standing here to take our shot, I'm going to try and align myself with a flag out there in the distance and be as central in the block that it lines up with that flag as possible, because the more we aim to the side and the more we land on the side of the range, you've got to think of it like there's a sphere of range around us. Further from the center we are, the less distance we travel. And that's probably like a sliver of a block. Like, it's probably not going to be a big deal. But we're going to try and aim as central as we can. And then we've got to figure out, like, what are the visual markers for aiming like this. And I think we're going to have to go by my fist and its relationship to that cobweb over there, as that's pretty much like the only marker that we can see. So then when we take our shot for real, we won't have the F3 screen on. We'll walk up here, we'll do like a little ritual of lining ourselves up, aiming over here, moving the cursor up so it's in line with the cobwebs. Like, that to me looks about right, and if we press F3 you can see that we are, yeah, we're spot on. Minus 38 is probably what we're going to go for. Okay, the first shot is about to land on the grounds, and here it is. So I need to, well, I just need to figure out the distance. I don't need to leave a marker just yet. It looks like we're a few blocks behind that one, which looks like 300. As you can see behind me, that was actually 215. We were behind the blue marker there. I think that what I should try and do before we test the different like heights that we're aiming at is the release of the ender pearl. I released the ender pearl very quickly. Maybe it'd be a good idea to just leave it half a second before we release the ender pearl. Right, so I waited and we didn't travel as far, and that was with roughly the same altitude that we were aiming at. So it looks like we got to release the ender pearl quickly. Now the first shot that I made, I did release it very... Okay, that was silly. I literally held down right click to eat. Yes, the first shot that we made, I released it very quickly. This time we're going to try and release it even quicker. Wow, okay, releasing it quicker brings us all the way down to here, the 250. So we got about 255 with a quick release, and I think I can recreate that shot really easy. I've got a little ritual prepared, which I'll show you when we actually take our proper tournament shot. So now what we've got to do is try with a slightly higher and a slightly lower aiming range. I don't know what the correct word to use is that. I keep thinking altitude, but I'm not sure if that's right. And is that Scar? Oh, Scar's over here taking care of the lawn. That's wonderful. Okay, aiming lower has dropped us off behind the 250 mark. And aiming significantly higher has put us behind the 250 mark. So I think we know where the sweet spot is, but I'm not going to overwork this and try and get it right down to the exact amount. I now know what I need to do to take a shot. Oh, and we have actually taken a shot that's beaten Cub already, sort of. I didn't notice the sign at the time, but I reckon we were about 255. Fascinating. So Cub has also probably figured out the optimal range as well. So here is my ritual. We're going to try and get ourselves right in the middle of this block, which lines up with that flag in front of us. We're then going to use the end rods next to help us. So I feel like, yeah, that's pretty much right in the middle. So we're going to align our crosshairs like that and go upwards. But then we're going to look at the ender chest at the bottom of the screen and use the top and the bottom of that to try and stay in line with those end rods as we move upwards. And then the ender chest is just above the bottom of the flag there, okay? And on my fist on the right, there is also a little bit of the cobblestone wall. I think we need to just go a fraction higher for this shot. Okay, and now I feel like I'm all aligned. So now I've got to double tap as quick as I can, and that felt very good. Possibly could double tap a little bit quicker. And now we've got to wait to land. And there it is. Oh, we just beaten Cub Fan. That's amazing. I'm going to put it on that one right there. We'll actually come back and change that because Cub got 254, which means we got 256. Oh, that's so good. Now, check this out. I paid for my free ender pearls here. You see, you actually get free shots. That's what I was confused. You can enter once and take 3 shots in total. So we get to do 2 more, even though we're already in the lead. This is really exciting. Okay, so Asuma 256. Right? That was the number, wasn't it? Yes. Okay, let's take a couple more shots. It is the same technique again, but this time we're aiming ever so slightly lower, and that double click felt a little bit slow, to be fair. Then we have to move forward to load the chunks, and I've got to be careful here because I don't want to be moving forward when I land. Which we were, but as you can see that doesn't tamper with the result because that wasn't as good as a shot. So next time I think what we're going to try and do is aim a little bit higher than that first shot. On the right hand side of the screen you may notice that we can't see the cobblestone wall. That I believe makes this the highest shot we're going to take. Real fast double click And let's hope for the best. And that shot wasn't good enough either, so we really nailed the sweet spot and managed to beat Cub by 2. Oh, that is just crazy. How close is that? Is 300 even possible? Crazy stuff. I tell you what though, peeps, this is so much fun. I'm really loving what Cub's doing over here. So back here, over at the Christmas area, Jevin's snow globe is getting super impressive. There's a whole bunch of cobwebs in here. Oh, and what's that behind the cobwebs? I found the time to do some building over here, and I've changed my mind about how the roofs will work. You see, they go upwards, and then they actually come downwards again, but it's the same distance on either side, so the roofs are kind of aligned. They go up to the middle and back down again, which would make it perfect for us to put a golf sign across the front of this. Now, I was thinking of putting mini golf, but the letters would then be kind of wide, so we're probably going to end up with the words golf across the top here. But what happens with this project from now on, I just do not know at this point. This is all we're going to do on it for now, this episode. So my friends, we are in Giarian's base because I need to get the poultry man a gift. I haven't forgotten about Secret Santa, and I know the way into the poultry cave is something like this. Throwing a trident into the ground in the right spot, and you will gain access. So I'm going to have to spend a little bit of time throwing my trident around. Anyway, things have been escalating here on the server, haven't they? Teams and alliances have been formed. We have established a base. So have the other team as well. And things are really heating up, and Christmas is right around the corner. So we have agreed to have a ceasefire.
Well. What have we gotten ourselves into? I think we can all agree that things on this server have gotten far too out of hand. That was a cheeky snowball.
Who else haven't I got?
Oh.
Rude.
Apparently.
We need to lay down some ground rules, X. Clearly, you don't know how to keep your snowballs in your pocket where they can melt safely.
I'm sorry. Okay, no more
Right,
snowballs.
so we have put up a giant white flag to symbolize that there is a ceasefire right now. No more pranks, no more fighting, because we need to sort some things out before we get into all of this mess all over again, okay? So on this side, we got the G team. Wait, Joe, wrong side, bro. Over here.
Well, I don't know, man.
What are you doing?
I'm just shuffling around. I'm like a poker deck. It's what cards do. They don't have
And
a lot
you
of
guys-
choice in it.
What are you guys called?
Um,
A-team.
We don't really have a name yet.
We're still looking for a name.
To be
but yes,
determined. We're
viewers.
TBD for
What
now.
happened soon?
TBD.
It should be Team Twisted Spiral. They're thinking about changing it.
Not,
All right.
not
got
unlike
reference.
your team, we actually interact with our viewers and ask them for a team name.
Oh.
Yeah, I think my viewers agree that the G team is the best team, alright?
Oh, really? Really?
My view is not so fast.
So you guys have already started making a headquarters, and admittedly we were behind you, and we've started headquarters over there, which, yeah, again, admittedly is only a
It's
flag.
gonna be super cool. Shush.
Very intimidating. But you know it, we're going to make the best base, and we are going to trounce you guys.
Trounce, you heard
Yo.
that? Trounce.
Yeah.
The fancy words he's using. You think you can impress us with the fancy.
Yeah, I don't know if you know a leopard right after it pounces, then immediately trounces, then it slashes, and then you're cashing those checks that we signed with something that rhymes with Bex.
Yeah,
Come
let's
on,
just sleep. Before we get into this proper kerfuffle, we need to lay down a few ground rules, okay? Because otherwise, this whole thing could destroy the entire server, and nobody wants that. We need to settle our differences with honor, okay? So, is everyone okay if we just lay down a few rules?
I'm fine
Yeah.
with that.
Go ahead.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Let's negotiate or bring him up. Bring him up.
Right, so, first thing. We're not going to totally annihilate each other's bases with TNT. It's so easy to do, I know, but we're not going to do that in this.
It's only
Alright.
micro annihilations allowed.
Yeah, only small micro annihilations. Okay, small. Okay, keep it little. keep it low.
Well, you know, everybody defines
ones.
small. Yeah, okay.
All right, there's going to be a ceasefire. Okay, we need time to build our bases. I mean, it's been a few days, and all we've got is a flag. So we're going to need a few more days to build a bigger flag. So there's going to be a ceasefire until after the New Year's to give us a good amount of time to build up our bases, our headquarters. Everyone okay with that?
It'll be 6 flags over Hermitcraft.
That means no trapping, no fighting, no pranking until this flag in the middle comes down. All right? And the other thing is we're going to keep this war in the boundary between our base over there with the red flag and your base, the Star Fort over there. We've got to keep it centralized because if this spills over, poor TFC is going to have his bunker destroyed and no one wants to see that, okay?
It's
And then
not
there's a few
a
other
very
things.
good bunker, then, is it? It has
All right,
one
so
job.
There's 3 other things.
To bunk.
Stealing is A-okay. Trapping your headquarters and their headquarters is A-okay. And lethal pranking is okay. Alright?
Outside of school zones.
So, is everybody happy with that? Are we ready to get our bases set up?
Yeah,
I can agree to that.
150%. I can't wait.
Oh.
Oh,
Nice.
Oh wow.
how fitting.
Oh my goodness!
You know?
Oh, man.
I have
they have
only one thing to say.
No.
Stand back from Doc.
Yeah, don't
I
go
don't know
near
if
it.
you've seen him in a thunderstorm before, but it's not pretty.
This is war. And it's gonna happen.
Oh, not the sheep.
Aw, come on, man.
What a meanie.
That was anticlimactic.
Why was there no lightning strike? Wow.
Try it on
Maybe the
Grian.
sheep was under the flag.
My hammer
on
misfired. Wait a second.
No.
We
What did I just say?
declared a
Ceasefire.
truce. Okay.
Ceasefire.
Hey, hey, hey.
Wow.
You
Now,
guys,
where's my
go.
stick?
Go make your base. Off you go. Toodle pip.
Be gone.
No more fighting. Ceasefire.
You see how I didn't retaliate?
Yeah, you got your own
Leave it
problems over there, I see.
Oh, we got a casualty.
Isco. What part of ceasefire don't you guys get?
I was shooting nice arrows for effect.
Wow.
Oh.
Oh no.
All right, that's how
Okay,
it is.
starting now. Ceasefire.
Okay, fair enough.
Wait, was Impulse here the whole time? Is his mic muted? I haven't heard him say anything.
I'm dead.
Phantom
That's
just
why.
stepped out.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
So now you know the deal, peeps. The ceasefire is on for the Christmas season when I am taking a week off from playing on here. And I've been watching through some old Grian episodes, checking out the bits of Poultry Man, and hearing him mention that he wanted a computer. He's a superhero, right, is what he believes. And every superhero needs a supercomputer. Check this out. If we throw that there, that bit opens up. So let's do this. Make sure we're standing on this block. And I've done it wrong. One more time, shall we? And down we go into the poultry cave, where I have constructed none other than a supercomputer for Grian. I mean Poultryman, excuse me. Sorry, I get those two confused. Who knows what he will be using this for, but I've got a feeling he'll be able to make some good use out of a supercomputer like this. It's got a whole bunch of fancy redstone and engineering going into it. Oh, it doesn't make much sense. But don't you worry about it. It'll make sense in the future. But yes. Finally, we reached the end of this crazy long Christmas special episode. I decided to call it a Christmas special episode because it was so long. So I guess I will sign off on this note, wishing you all a very happy Christmas and holidays, whatever it is you're doing, you're celebrating. I hope you're well, I hope you're with family, and I hope you have a fantastic time. I'll see you all very soon. Thank you for watching this episode. Bye-bye.